That did well. Like, surprisingly well. Like, better than anything else I've made recently. And you guys want more. So allow me to deliver. Hey, so you remember how I took a look at a Touhou extra stage? Yeah, that's right. I know how to say it now. Damn you, Reddit. You lied to me. If you didn't, my last Touhou highlight has a bit at the end about it. Go watch it. Pretty please.
No more going through doors.
I changed my f***ing mind. Holy shit. Yeah, so guess what? This idiot here thought it'd be a great idea to subject myself to literal hours of suffering to beat that bullshit. So here I am, my therapist wondering what the hell a Touhou and a shoe hat dancer is. Look, shoe hats aren't real, they can't hurt you, or some shit. I'm just trying to beat therapy and this is my ticket to win it. So join me and watch as the script writing spirals into pure unfiltered insanity.
Why am I writing this in Notepad?
Join the dark side, we have cookies. Hey, so real quick, this is a very different format to my other videos, but I wanted to give it a shot, so if you like it, let me know. Might do a little bit more or whatever. And also, hey, if this is your first time here and you're enjoying this, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out, you get to see more of this stuff. It's a win-win all around, right? So you might be like my therapist and wondering what the hell I'm even on. My last drug test was clean, so clearly something's wrong. Here's the skinny. Touhou is a Japanese shoot-'em-up where you play as an anime girl who beats the shit out of other anime girls using spells, tarot cards, and the power of yin and yang. I know. Me too. This is a 16th game, and as of writing, there's 20.
Wait, it can drink?
Once you beat the game, you unlock the extra stage, which is where the developer dialed up the difficulty from stupid hard to you're a masochist. And I gotta say, pretty accurate call-out, not gonna lie. We begin the extra stage with a bunch of doors, and look, this is just where we need to be, okay? I'm not explaining the lore here. You know those jokes about explaining the Bionicle lore? Well, it applies to Touhou too. So, what's all this shit anyway? Easy. Z to shoot, X is a bomb, blows up stuff into screen-wide damage, C is a season release, it creates a little shield around me that moves downwards, because screw me I guess, I can't have nice things. I can store a max of 6 of these bad boys at once, but the more uses I have, the more ass blasting I do. Trust me, I will need to ass blast. More points I get, more lives I have. Lose all my lives? Tough shit, start again. How bad could it be? Immediately upon starting, I am reminded that I signed up for this. I signed my goddamn life away. Look at this. This is the reality check. So I fly around screaming, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, dodging fairies that were given way too much of the good stuff. And hey look, a title! Hidden Star in 5th Season. You know, I think I know why the fairies are going nuts. I would too if I lived in a world that had a 5th season tucked away like DLC. Welp, round 2, and look, they brought friends. Oh, and I ran out of lives. Let me check real quick. How many times did I stream this? Good lord. So the issue here is that I am woefully underprepared here. These fairies at the beginning fly at me like kamikazes, and the ones after that probably count as registered weapons. I'm struggling to get past this. But at some point I do. Will of God or something. After that are these yin-yang ball things. Apparently they're called wheel ghosts. That's so. Anyway, they're cracked, obviously. Losing a couple lives here manages to get me past them to the infamous dancers that have shoe-shaped hats, Mai and Satono. Oh yeah, they kick my ass. In fact, they kick my ass so hard I don't touch the extra stage for half a month. Wow. That's hard. In reality, the thing is you can only play the extra stage with people you've managed to beat the game with. My plan was to beat the game with Reimu to use her. Reimu is basically this game's biggest crutch, and if I was going to escape this hellish plane of existence I subjected myself to, I was going to need an edge. Reimu's cracked because her weapon is homing bullets. Let me repeat that. Homing bullets. Reimu's bullet bending means her forward shooting bullets can actually curve around and hit stuff behind me. So anything behind me gets ass blasted and front blasted. It's perfect. Using Reimu, I was actually able to get back to Satono and Mai, and good for me too, I beat them up. Yeah, I was actually pretty stunned I got this far, but guess what? My skill, more so my Reimu crutch, goes further. It gets me all the way to the end. Goddamn Okina.
See it, hear it, speak of it. The secret god's true magic power shall be your greatest impairment. Fuck, what the hell was that? Dude, I got killed instantly! Look at how many freaking cycles she has!
Yeah, so that was quick. I quickly learned I needed strategies. Consistent strategies against all the sections was my only ticket to getting to Okina reliably. So let's quickly summarize what sections I have to get through. First is the intro kamikaze fairies. Next is a swarm of fairies who shoot balls as big as themselves. What the hell? Next, we have a couple of fairies that shoot these, like, bullet shockwaves. And after that, there's 5 waves of these wheel ghost things. Once you get past all that, it's Satono and Mai, and they themselves have 3 phases. First is Drum Dance Powerful Cheers. Ha! More like Dumb Dance I Have Fear. Look at me, I am the funny. Then is Mad Dance Crazy Backup Dance. Yeah, I have no witty joke for this one. And the last one is Bullet Dance Touhou Typhoon, which is beyond insane. After those two is the second half, where we have a complete shower of bullets coming from, I don't know, the top of the screen. And then we have a wave of these big fairies from below. It's kind of like the bullet shockwave fairies from before, but from the bottom. And then we have another series of super cracked fairies whose bullets turn into lasers. Why is this a thing? And lastly, another section with wheel ghosts. Yeah. Do all of that and still have your facilities intact. Then don't get jumped by Akina first thing, get stabbed, and end up in the hospital. Oh, and Akina? She has 10 phases. 10! So, how do I plan this gauntlet out? Well, the first thing I noticed was at the beginning. I can just kind of slowly tap up and the bullets just miss. Kamikaze fairies be damned. Easy peasy. I use a bomb on the bullet shockwave fairies because I am not dealing with that right now. And fun fact about the wheel ghosts, did you know they just explode when hit with the season release? Yeah, so that's the thing I'll do. Next, I had to strategize Satono and Mai. I can use my bullet bending and back shots to do some pretty big damage, and a season release that moves backwards actually damages them, so heck yeah, we take those. Their last attack is something I just bomb because I'm not messing with that for now. Then, if I hang around the auto pickup line, which is basically where I pick up score and power-up drops automatically, the shower of bullets is actually super free. It's basically Reimu tea time, since I don't really have to move at all. The wave of big fairies coming from below, I can use a bomb to make it mostly manageable. Just wait for most of them to kind of come in and then just bomb them. But the laser bullets? Yeah, no strategy here. Just hope and pray. And the second wave of wheel ghosts is actually the same as before, basically. You just time a season release. Now, I actually managed to get a little further with Akina, thanks to the fact that I can now get to her a little more reliably. And I can see that her first phase, or her first spell card, is Reverse Invoker. Yeah, what am I looking at here? I luck out of all of that and make it to the next phase after dying to a headbutt. Her next phase is Rear Shots of Betrayal, and I'm feeling the betrayal here. What I learned from that run was that I needed to develop a strategy for the Touhou Typhoon and the laser bullets. Saving bombs in the former would be useful later on, and not dying to the latter is always nice. For the laser bullets, I can stagger my movements to bait the lasers slowly to move out of the way slightly so they miss. A real slow and steady kind of strategy. Now, a member in chat here for Dinosaurs actually clued me into a strategy for the Typhoon attack. So, into practice mode I went, getting slapped by Satono's dollar bills over and over and over like some kind of cheap something I can't say on YouTube. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. I can see that there's a bit of something to it. Oh my gosh, it's just a endurance ream. It's endurance, right? Because they have like so much health in this stage. Okay, I can get to that section a little consistently now. It's like you bob and weave left, right through that, go through here, bob and weave up, down, avoid that, go through here. Now I need a bob and weave left, right. There's simpler ways to do it. I'll leave it to me to find a really complicated way to do it, but you know, if it works, it works. That doesn't work when I'm talking shit, though. Shit talking needs to come to a pause. It's like down here, like right where the spell text kind of appears. Yes, dude, right where the spell text appears. That is where I want to be. That's where I want to position myself. Aim directly to crash into the bullet. That is definitely going to be a very, very good part of that strategy. Through here, and now I need to get the up and down part. That is not how you be consistent. I'm like walking into the green bullets like they're fucking dollar bills. It kind of does, right? It's a mental. Like part of this is definitely mental, and then I align myself with their cycles.
because this section is just do this, and then this section is do this, and then this section is do this, and this section is do this, and this section is do fuck. No! Dude, I started hearing the fact that their health was low, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so well! The rumble, though. Yeah, dude, that rumble fills me with determination. I hang left for a quick sec as the cycle kind of repeats. Right here. And then I avoid that one. It's basically the same thing, but mirrored. Ooh, I mean rotated. Projected. Flip 90 degrees. Holy shit, I did it. Start replay that.
There's a little bob and weave technique here where you weave around the green card, slowly move down, weave around the green card again, slowly move to the right, and repeat. It works really well, but it's a little tight. And feeling confident with a 3 in 140 success rate in practice mode, I know, great odds, I went back to hell. The funny thing about this strategy is that I'm shooting Satono in all 3 of their spell cards. She even swaps places with Mai after the second one, but so do I. I learned that the shockwave fairies in the beginning can actually be dodged pretty easy with a little up and down dance like so that's dope. I also learned that Akina takes no damage from season releases or bombs during spell cards. Fun fact, that blows ass. Alright, so here's the thing. Let's really show how insane some of her attacks are. Comparison-wise, you know. I've got a tier list here just for her spell cards. Reverse Invoker, pretty manageable. Might not be right now, but it will be. So it goes into the manageable tier. Mirror Shot's Betrayal is pretty hard. I can make it manageable by keeping the back wheel ghosts under control and kind of do a little bit of crowd control like that, but it's not easy, so it's kind of hard. Now that we have those 2 on our tier list, we can jump ahead a couple runs to where I've gotten to see some more of Akina's attacks, in particular her Denmaku Dupion, Fire of Aina, and Kyogen of Backdoor. I have no idea if I said any of those right. Fire of Aina is some pretty bullshit pray to RNGesus level attack, I just really hate it. Denmaku Dupion, more like Denmaku Digestion with how it looks like I'm being swallowed, is where I coined the term and strategy Reimu Hat with the help of chat. Basically, it's give Okain. Okain? I wrote Okain in my script. I didn't write Akina, I wrote Okain. Basically, it's give Akina an exclusive VIP ticket to the best upskirt she'll see in her life and hope she doesn't headbutt me when I'm done. Spoiler alert.
We have a pretty good run, so let's just fucking spellcard it. What? Every goddamn time, dude, I'm never fucking ready for it. That's right, this one, the Danmaku fucking shit is Reimu Hat. It's just Reimu Hat. And then she fucking headbutts me in my fucking ass.
She does. Reverse Goomba Stomp. That's what that was. But like, other than that, it's pretty free. Reimu Hat can actually be applied to other attacks. I was already using it on Satono, basically, but it can be partly applied to Reverse Invoker, and it can be used a bit for Fire of Aina, which helps both of those a bit. More so Reverse Invoker, but Fire of Aina just sucks. Kyogen of Backdoor, however, is tricky. I ultimately decided for the circle technique, I would circle around her completely. My homing shots and back shots would damage her pretty much no matter where I was. The tricky part is when it reverses. Yes, it reverses. I had to look ahead more so than look where I was to not get into a freaking car accident every single time.
No, I had a job where I worked in IT, and I didn't like the job, and it genuinely made me depressed. I fucking football tackled her.
This is probably a good time to mention, when this menace to society is in between her spell cards, I can actually bomb her then and she'll take damage. Unlike when she's in a spell card when she doesn't take any damage from bombs or season releases. Her in-between attacks, or non-spells, are shit I am not dealing with. Remember how the battle started? Fuck, yeah. She basically mugs you right off the bat and leaves you stranded in a back alley. You think I wish to relive any of that? I do eventually get to her 6th spell card, Matara Duka, which I'm just going to call the Matara Dunk. She gives you 2 choices, top or bottom. Personally, I'm a top, so Reimu Hat returns. And by returns, I mean not really. I'm just going to spam season release and hope for the best here. I would soon learn that this pattern is slightly influenced by RNG. My favorite. This would knock my ass back to the start multiple times. I just couldn't be consistent enough on the other attacks to make it to the Matara Dunk with enough lives to brute force my way through. Not to mention her non-spell attack right after isn't forgiving either. There is no strategy here, it's just get good or get bodied. I continue to attempt to assertively top her multiple times, and with much practice we can make it past her BS RNG and on to the next spell card. This is her Sword of the 7 Stars. Yeah, no, this one sucks. She brought freaking lasers to a Denmaku fight. That's BS, man. And the lasers basically aim in your general direction, though they all kind of maintain the same angle, basically. So you have to minimize your movement so the lasers don't completely eviscerate you. Yeah, have fun doing that while dodging these BS stars. The hitboxes on these things are deceptively large. You brush your baby picky toe against a star, dead. Skims your hips, dead. Look at it wrong?
Is it just continue to use up some of the saved releases that I have from before? Oh, fucking what just happened there? This spell isn't that bad pattern-wise. It's a damn star bullets. Yeah, it's just the star bullets.
Yep, dead. There's still no strategy here. It's not really RNG this time, but it now just requires a level of raw skill that is really hard to put forward after the endurance that is the other 6 spell guards. You can bait the lasers a little to one side to try and give you some space, but it only does so much. If I thought the Matara Dunk had my number, this one has my freaking address, postal code, and medical history. You need to be playing some 5D chess to see ahead to where all the stars are going, where you'll be safe when the lasers come down, and line it all up, while still trying to shoot her. This is where I needed to bomb during her spell cards. The issue with bombing is that you don't capture the spell card. Capturing the spell card is basically beating it without bombs. Capturing a spell card actually gives you extra points, and as we established, extra points equals extra lives. I mean, I could have and should have bombed some of her other attacks as well, but point is, by capturing these, I get more points, more lives, brute force better, the whole deal. But wait, she takes no damage from bombs during her spell cards. You even said that. Yeah, I did, and it's true. I'm not doing it for the damage. I'm doing it to erase all the bullets on the screen. It buys me a bit of breathing room before the screen fills back up. And during that time, I can't actually damage her because my bomb is over, so her protection is gone. Get past her 8th non-spell attack, and you'll make it to her 8th spell card. Performers unattached to society. Yeah, her performers are unattached not only because they are basically her slaves, and yes, this is actual lore, Satono and Mai basically have no free will, but not only that, but with the amount of times I've slam dunked those 2 freaking suplex break them in 2 like a chiropractor performing an elbow drop, yeah, those 2 performers aren't part of a society, they're buried 6 feet underground. This one is her going all the way to the bottom and sliding back and forth, shooting these little puffs of air, while all hell rains down from above. But compared to the Sword of 7 Stars, this one actually isn't the worst. The idea is I don't chase her. Well, I chase her maybe a little, but not all the way. Season release here, when she's not getting shot, to protect my ass from the hellfire above. It's a little more war of attrition rather than rush her down.
This is what I practiced. Follow, follow, follow. Release, wait, follow, 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 release, get back, follow. Okay. I need a fucking moment. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to be back. We're gonna walk around. I'm gonna get the edge off, and then we're gonna lock in, and we're gonna go back.
And after that, no non-spell attack. She just jumps right into the next attack. The back faces Sargaku of Darkness. Okay then, Akina, pop off, I guess. This is just BS laser nonsense with circling bullets. But wait, did you see what just happened there? I didn't, but I soon found out. This section is a survival section. She takes no damage from you. But there's an exploit. If I use a season release or bomb, preferably season release, she puts up her defense for that and takes no damage. Basically what you would normally expect. However, when that protection goes away, the regular bullet protection doesn't come back, making her vulnerable. And heck yeah, we take those. Release on her and my back shots can finish her. The last time I could release on one of these menaces and get this much value was with Touhou. Also, yeah, by this point, the insanity has completely gotten to me. I say hi to Mai hoping she gives me good luck. She's my good luck charm.
Mai needed attention. Mai craved the attention, she needed it. And so I became that meme, where I just skidded off the highway at the next exit to go give Mai a hug. Hi, Mai. Mai, will you give me luck here? I appreciate you. Thank you. Hello again, I'm back. How does your bamboo dancing go? That was English. We circle around Mai for good luck. It has been proven to work. Okay. We get to say hello to Mai. Everyone say hi. She's gonna watch her fret and get fucking curb stomped.
No, you can't have her. Anyway, back to Akina and the back face's Serengeti of Darkness. She doesn't even really have that much health because she's supposed to be invincible, so you can actually end this phase pretty quickly. And with that, the back face's Spaghetti of Darkness is actually one of her easiest attacks, which is a welcome break this deep in. And after that, she jumps into her last spell card, Anarchy Bullet Hell. Yeah, this one gets its own tier of difficulty. Why? Well, allow me to explain. You thought it was one last spell card? Nope. This attack has phases. Yeah. Yo, bro, I heard you liked all of Akina's phases, so I put phases in her phases so you can have more phases. 4 phases. Each phase has more BS stacked on top of it. But that's the last attack. Live it, and you win. But this would be a wall much larger than any other. The pressure of getting to the last spell card on top of its 4 phases was immense, and each defeat required multiple attempts just to get back. You can play slow and easy in the beginning, but soon after there's multiple different shapes of bullets flying at you. How do you dodge all of this? If the other attacks were get good or get bodied, this one demanded even more. Like, cut the silly script and the dumb jokes here. This attack required exceptional execution. You may not need to be perfect, but note that every small mistake before this means I'm less prepared for it, be it less lives or less bombs. Not to mention the pressure of having gotten this far, just a few mistakes and I have to go all the way back to the beginning. There are no checkpoints. You have to play well for the entire stage, and then also for this. You can't get distracted, can't lose focus, can't take a break, except during Reimu tea time and in between runs. After having unlocked her last spell card, let me tell you how many attempts it took. 21 attempts. 11 were restarts before Touhou and Mai, 4 were restarts because of Touhou and Mai. But any attempt that made it past those two idiots made it to Akina, and it only took 6 additional losses. But all that said, eventually I get on this run. Not my greatest run, my greed means I die early to her non-spells. I'm having a hard time despite all my strategizing, but I make it to the last spell card. Oh my gosh! I did it! And with that, I win. I beat it. I beat Hidden Star in 4 Seasons Extra Stage. I beat Akina. And now I will have Akina PTSD for the rest of my life.
Shut up, drop dead. Did she just bait them? Huh? Did they leave? Gone in search for Tsutsu already, perhaps? Well, they're nothing if not proactive. I suppose I can at least respect that. Did she get bait? Wait a second. No, 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 no. No, don't tell me. No, don't. I refuse. I do not wish to see her. God damn it. Nah, I don't wish to be here anymore. Ah, fuck you. Nah, get out of here. I kicked your ass earlier. I don't want to fucking deal with you anymore. Be gone.
So now, I bring this journey of Touhou 16 to a close. On stream, I provided some final thoughts about the game.
Final thoughts on Touhou 16. What I think about the game. I'm not doing normal mode. I did the extra stage instead. So I liked the game. I thought it was great. I love the characters. I've grown to have a great appreciation for the characters. The silly shoe hat dancers. Akina can suck my balls. Narumi's bullet golem can fuck off. And I love all of them.
I'll be playing other Touhou games. I played Sunken Fossil World for one, but what about the next big attempt at a mainline Touhou game? When's the next time I check into a mental asylum? Well, that is a story that will have to be saved for another time. Thanks for watching.
This starts making a lot of sense once you give up on trying to make it make sense. Once you have truly given up, you will see that it all made sense all along. Like back doors and power and stuff, you know, classic. I don't know what you're even going on about, but, you know, whatever. If it makes sense to you, if it makes sense to me, then we just agree that it makes sense. We move our separate ways, alright? Like, I'm not a complicated man. You say that this needs to make sense because, you know, that's just life? Alright, I will concede this.